Hi there guys, Sam here. You joined me with a Mark 8.5 Golf R Black Edition, kindly brought down from a subscriber over in Germany. So this is just absolutely incredible. The owner has actually done about 12,000 kilometers in this car. I'm filming this in June 2025. The owner picked it up in February 2025. This car has every single option except the pan roof. I'm going to go through it. It's some cool little features which they're not available on the UK cars, I can tell you that, which looks super cool. Yeah, we're going to go through this car, share it with you, and share a little bit of the owner's kind of experience with it so far. And yeah, I'm sort of smiling from ear to ear because I can't believe it. I'm so grateful for sort of subscribers to obviously reach out and share their cars. I never expect someone to drive from Germany, obviously just traveling in general, across through France. Super exciting. So let's go through this specific car. So yes, this is a white Black edition. It has the Varmanor wheels, which you can see just there. I'll kind of go through it more. You get the black exhaust tips, which you can just see there. It's dirty because it's come a long way. I absolutely much prefer the German number plates to our UK ones. You can see my Golf R sitting next to it. The black badge kind of shown there. Black editions come with a performance pack, which gives you the spoiler and sort of a de-restricted top speed as well. This has dynamic chassis control. It's got the heads-up display. It's got the leather seats. It's literally got everything. You get more tinted sort of lights as well. And some of the cool features as well, which I've noticed before, is you get like all these Volkswagen accessories and just extra little bits to make the car that more special. I can already see the back of the leather seats there. Really cool. And it's a Golf. It just works. And that's one of the things the owner kind of said. No problems. A few things with the tech to kind of get up to speed with, but that's kind of, yeah, that's kind of expected with these kind of more sophisticated and complicated cars. But it's a Golf. It's designed to do everything and it's designed to work. You get the larger disc brakes sort of on the Golf R, really strong stopping power, black brake calipers as well, and the Varmanor wheels, I love the look of them and the fact that they're lightweight, and I think they work really well on the Black edition. Looks nice in white too, nice and stealthy. You've got at the front the black badge as well, and the owner's quite similar to me, and well, I kind of find that often with people who are subscribed on my channel. A car that you wouldn't really know unless you really knew. It's really stealthed out and just looks absolutely stunning in kind of like its wing and just, yeah, every kind of part of it. But if I share a little bit inside the Black edition, we've got the leather seats, and this is something that I haven't seen on the R at all. And you can kind of see it just shown here. And these are actually cooled seats as well. So they're not just heated, they're cooled. You get the leather at the back as well as part of it, and a little bit more leather on the side. They do kind of raise it. It's a very overcast day, as you can kind of see outside, it's been chucking it down. You can see this is a left-hand drive car. They also get the kick plate. How cool is that? That's not on UK cars. That just seemed to come as standard. I don't know if that's an optional accessory, but nonetheless, it's kind of shown there. Yeah, you can see it's sort of like electric driver's seat, but it's not electric passenger seat. Heated, the heads-up display. Oh, the owner's also got Harman Kardon as well, so the extra sound system, which gives you that extra sort of like bezel around the outside, so it has that. Yeah, and then the heads-up display you can just about see in there. Oh, it's got so much going for it. It looks amazing. And the R badge, absolutely mega. The steering wheel, the 8.5, it's got obviously the special modes. It's got everything really. So 7-speed DCT automatic gearbox as well. The owner has done quite a few miles or quite a few kilometers in the car. And yeah, I'm just noticing too, sort of like the perforated kind of leather as part of that sort of cooling, I believe, and even potentially the heatedness. It just looks mega, absolutely stunning. You get the rear tinted windows too as part of the Black edition. Yeah, again, you got the leather seats. It's got so much. Black door mirrors. They just look better. And to see this car all the way over from Germany over here, it just looks right. And it's a really good spec. You know, very clean. if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. You'd kind of walk past it, kind of similar to like my Golf R, in grey. You have to kind of know these kind of cars, and to have 333 horsepower, which is part of the new Mark 8.5, and all the kind of like the options as part of it, yeah, I think it's absolutely stunning. And yeah, you can see the looks. Obviously, looks and things are subjective, so it's kind of up to like to you, to what you think. You got the black badge shown there, yeah, and the black exhaust tips as well. Oh, looking so cool. But I kind of wanted to take a little bit more of a look just on the leather, just because I haven't seen it before. Oh, cool! You get a little like little pouch there to put stuff. Really, really nice. Yeah, that's hopefully it comes up okay on camera for you. You've got sort of like the blue line around it, and it does actually really raise the quality of the car, I've got to say. Just with that extra leather, matches sort of like the door card too. Wow, what an option. And the car didn't take too long to build. I've heard that it takes a little bit longer if you option the pan roof. But hey, you get less unsprung weight and a little bit more simple. I love that kick plate. Why isn't that on UK cars? I'm not too sure. This car's travelled all around Europe, so you can see sort of like the French toll roads and bits. It's also been on the Autobahn. I'm just so grateful to subscribers just actually to come down and just literally, this was from an email which I'll pop on screen, and I was like, yeah, if you're happy to, if you're in London and you're nearby, and the owner's driven here, which you might recognise this kind of location. And this is a Golf R Black Edition, which I've shared so much on the channel, and it's just so great, and they just work. That's the main thing. It might sound a bit boring, but it's what it does. It's under the radar, it's a bit of a sleeper, and it does the job. Really, really cool. You've got that diffuser as well. Yeah. I mean, considering how much this car's been driven, it's still looking pretty clean. Still looking absolutely stunning, just as the sun comes out a little bit as well. But I'm going to probably catch up with the owner a little bit more. So this is the owner of this amazing Golf R Black Edition, Mark 8.5. And yeah, a bit of an ownership review. We've been chatting before of how you found this kind of car and how it's kind of, well, it's so sort of special. Yeah, how have you found it in the sort of 12,000 kilometres you've driven it?
Probably getting up for 13 by the time we've been around this country. It's faultless, really. I can't find anything wrong with it. not that I'm hunting for things to go wrong. But yeah, it just does what it says on the tin. It just works. It is such a fast car. I mean, you put it on the motorway and you just put your foot down and nothing. There's no hill stop it. It just keeps on going. Yeah. Some of the hills can be quite steep in Europe, and it just keeps on going. You just don't seem to worry about hills. Yeah. Some of the cars I've hired, you know, they just don't go up hills very fast.
This has got the performance.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time I bought a car in Germany. Yeah. Yeah, I bought cars in other countries, but not that one.
Yeah. What's been like your favourite thing about this car?
I think it's the well, first of all, it's the power of it. I mean, it really just goes, and it feels so solid on the road with the permanent four-wheel drive. It just feels like it's on rails. Nothing phases it. In my bad driving, it can handle my bad driving, so it does really well. So I just enjoy driving it. It's just nice to drive a really nice car. Yeah. It feels very tight. Like you feel like you're in control of it. It never feel like it's running away with you. Not that that's common, but you know what I mean. It just seems tight. It just seems to work.
Well, you mentioned it's on rails. It kind of comes across like that when I've kind of spent time with them too. And you mentioned you haven't had any issues either. Quite solid, and
the engine's faultless. Yeah, I mean, and people complain about the touch controls. You get a bit of getting used to. Okay. I don't brush the control and it does weird things. So I don't have that problem, which was reported with previous models. So it seems to be fine for that. The only thing that's a bit annoying is when you switch it on, it has a speed limit thing pinging at you, and it has the lane assist. So I usually switch those off. Although to be fair, driving around London, I leave the speed assist on.
Yeah, we've got 20 mile an hour.
Yeah, 20 miles an hour is really hard to drive in any car, and particularly this one. It doesn't really like going at 20 miles an hour.
No. No. How have you found the this is the first one? How have you found the sound system? Because you got the Harman Kardon.
Yeah, well, it's very good. I mean, what can I say? No, I can't compare it with anything else because my previous car was a Mitsubishi Pajero.
Okay.
It had a sound system, but you know. But the I think I listen to podcasts. I'm hardly listening to hi-fi music. I do sometimes listen to music, but so it's very good. I mean, yeah, it's perfect. And I think the climate control is very good. You set the temperature, and it'll switch on the air conditioner, switch off. It doesn't matter what the weather's doing outside. It will maintain the temperature, which is nice. I
have to say, I love, just by sitting in here, the comfort of these seats, because being the leather ones and sort of perforated leather as well. Yeah, you mentioned you hadn't used the cooling function yet because it's literally. I mean, we're in June and it's. I've got a hoodie on. We've got coats on. But how have you found the leather? It looks like it's holding up really well.
They seem they're very comfortable.
Yeah.
And as you said, it's got the heating and cooling feature, and the leather seats. This one, the driver's seat, comes with the preset control. So if you have your partner has a different height or configuration, that they can press the button and it will automatically change to there, which is very helpful.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's very good. They look really cool. I like the blue stitching.
Yeah,
matches the lighting in the dashboard when it's on, so it looks very cool.
It seems like all really in keeping. It's almost like it probably should come as standard in some ways. I know that's where they kind of get you with.
They've got this blue stitching in the steering wheel and blue, so it's quite a signature colour on it. It's been they've thought about it, I think, quite carefully.
Yeah,
how it fits together.
And talking about colour, you mentioned about white was kind of your preference.
Definitely, yeah. In my experience, I've driven cars in hot countries like the Middle East and Australia, and they get too hot. I mean, you can't touch a car if it's been sitting in hot sun for a long time. It gets too hot, and the steering wheel's too hot to touch. So I find that a white car is it just gets cooler, and it doesn't better for the air conditioning system, and it looks better. And it looks more. I think it looks more stylish because the plastic on the bumpers, the black detail stands out, and it just looks more stylish. And also, it seems less noticeable. People don't notice a white car. I mean, they see a white car, they assume it's just an average car. So I love the stealthy nature of this car. The fact that it looks like a normal Golf, unless you know your Golfs, you wouldn't really pay any attention to it. And I think the white even makes it even more stealthy. I think in that sense. So I like that.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think that's what kind of makes an R really, really good. If you know, you know, but for most people, you could kind of just walk past it. And with the black edition, with the extra black parts, it does make it more sort of like stand out, those little bits, because it's in white. Yeah, I mean, you know how much I love them because I've shared it so much on the channel. What is there anything? Well, I mean, I know you've had it you've done so many kilometers in it. Would you recommend it?
Oh yeah. If you want a hot hatch, that I wouldn't go past this one.
Brilliant.
I mean, to be honest with you, when I was in the UK, I always bought Volkswagens. I started with Siroccos a very long time ago, in the dim and distant past, when dinosaurs were all there, and then moved on to GTI. But I left the country before when the Mark II was around, so it was a long time ago. So I was quite keen to try a new one. So this is amazing.
Yeah.
I think the closest one to my Mark II GTI in Volkswagen make is the Polo GTI. It's probably about the same size.
Yeah.
Even that's more powerful than my old one. So.
Oh, that's interesting. I've actually got a Polo GTI press car tomorrow, actually, which I'm gonna.
I think frankly, I think if somebody sat there next to a Mark II GTI, it wouldn't be much in it. I mean.
Yeah, size. That's just the way things have changed now.
Well, cars get bigger and fatter like their owner.
Yeah. Were you tempted to go for a GTI in 8.5?
No, not once I saw the spec of this one.
Oh, okay.
I thought, no, I got to have if I'm going to buy one, and I might as well get the best one I can get. You know, and this is the best one. There's no doubt about that. The GTI is a nice car, and it drives well, but this is just a step above. There's no doubt about that. It really just, if you want that extra performance and the four-wheel drive makes a big difference. I think it's just so safe. It stops on a sixpence.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing.
Big brakes.
We're mentioning about the brakes, and I love kind of like the all-wheel drive kind of stability as well, because it's not just for performance. It's actually, I mean, you're in Germany as well. It's generally quite cold and wet around where we are. So it can be really, really helpful. Just trying to think of anything else we can kind of touch upon. You mentioned there wasn't really any issues.
Not that I found.
Getting up to speed with the tech, which I've heard a lot of owners say as well.
There's something funny about the Android Auto. It tends to switch the display on the screen over to the actual directions on it for some reason. I can't switch it off, and other than to stop the navigation and restart it, and it goes back to displaying what I want it to display, which is something like the operating temperatures. So I can see what the engine's doing. But apart from that, that's kind of minor issue, really.
I'm trying to think, because the thing is, when something works really, really well, and this is why I always recommend it, it's a Volkswagen Golf. It's designed to do so much, and you know, I've had mine for 8 years, and it hasn't.
Looks new. I'm 8 years old looking at it. It's that car. It's just immaculate. I drove out the showroom.
It's very hard for me to. I can't see myself moving on from it, to be honest with you. And I suppose that's one thing as well for people watching. You know, if this car is out of your price range, a normal Golf, you know, Mark 7 Golf R, that if you can get good ones, they're highly recommend. I'd highly recommend them, certainly.
The only other thing was the tyres, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. Go for it.
I've got 2 sets. So in Germany, many people, or perhaps most, have winter tyres and summer tyres, and it can be an insurance issue. They want you to drive on winter tyres in the winter. So funnily enough.
Yeah.
And they're 18-inch Estoril.
Yes.
The ones on the car at the moment are the other ones, the
19.
But in this country, these cars, there's not enough rubber in these roads. Just so many potholes and so many speed bumps. It would be better, I think, on the 18-inch winter tyres, because they're a bit softer and they give you a better ride, especially on the M25 with the expansion joints. It sounds like the wheels are coming off. But I mean, it's a bit of a minor issue, but I think. Yeah. No,
I think it's a really good point. Going to that 18-inch profile helps as well, and the fact that you could still get it it's a still good looking wheel as well. I do love the looks of the Varmanor and that sort of less weight. But yeah, that's a really good point. And you say you've definitely noticed the ride quality better from the 18s winter tyres.
Well, it depends on the road surface. I mean, if you're on a decent autobahn in Spain or Germany or France, or whatever, it's fine. Like, even the M11's pretty flat. Yeah. So that's a good one. But if you're on the country roads around here, forget it.
That's the word. Honestly, I'm so jealous of the roads you got in Germany, and it's really is horrendous here in the UK. Unfortunately, you know, I kind of say it as it is. It is harder. And you've obviously got the dynamic chassis control as well, which I mean, my feelings are
I think it comes with the package, doesn't it?
It does not in this. It's an option. So that's one in Germany. It's standard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. No, I read that. It said it said it's standard. In the UK you have to pay for it. It's not a massive cost option, but obviously it's just one of those things where they might get missed out. I would always option DCC, and to be honest, I probably for day-to-day driving 18s as well if you can. I guess it just depends on your usage with the car, but it is it's a 5-door, it's practical, big enough.
Yeah, a lot of stuff in the back of it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and yet it can be a little performance-y sports car almost. Good sound system. Obviously, it's got upgraded bits. The new technology. I know they've got the touch buttons. They weren't able to change it to the physical ones like they did in the other 8.5s like the GTIs, but they did make it a little bit better than the 8s. That's what I've noticed. So they have tried to do some engineering there.
There was something about keeping the R button.
Yes.
I think they had to. It was too much trouble. I think.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard as well. Yeah. Anything else from your side that you can think of?
I just hope to get back to Germany without getting any speed.
That's the hardest thing. Yeah, because it's such a quick car, and you mentioned actually most of the time you'll drive it in comfort, because in race it actually the throttle does become very hypersensitive, I found.
Yeah, it does, and it's quite
drinks a lot of
fuel.
Drinks
a lot of fuel. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, and also, you can't drive in normal traffic with that kind of thing going on. It's just, it feels like it's too fast.
I think on a little track, if you ever, you can take these, you could take a car like this on track. I think it works, but even in special mode, which this car has because it's got the performance pack, which is part of the black edition, and it revs higher on idle as well.
Yes,
which,
it does. Yeah.
Which is cool if you want to kind of obviously make a bit more noise.
It's got a Nuremberg thing as well.
Yes. Not
that I have ambition to go.
Yeah.
I should.
This car's been developed there. It would be absolutely amazing, even if it's just like it's a toll road, isn't it? Technically.
Well, it's also uninsurable.
Oh yeah.
So
it's the risk.
There is a risk, because if anything happens, it's your wallet that's going to be paying for it. Not only that, but a friend of mine had a friend who went on there, and he had a coolant leak in his car. I can't remember, he had a Porsche of some kind.
Yeah.
And another person came off and said it was his coolant leak that caused the problem. He was up for repairing this guy's car, and he wasn't a cheap car. It would have cost him tens of thousands of euros to fix his car. But fortunately, they did some investigation, and it was an oil leak that caused him to come off, not his guy's water leak.
Ah.
So he got away with it. He just had to pay for his own car, which was quite enough, without paying for somebody else's write-off.
Oh, wow.
So, beware.
Yeah. Well, worth having a think. Think if, maybe there might be a quieter day where there's less risk. Because I've never been around I haven't been to Germany, so I've never been around the Nürburgring, but this car feels like it'd be pretty special around there.
Yeah, you'd have to go on a quiet day.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be looking for anything busy at all. And well, I'm a big fan of these, and hopefully, the fact that you've driven it so far in such a short amount of time, and
it's easy to drive. It just likes it. It doesn't like 5 kilometre shopping runs. It likes to go hundreds of kilometres at once.
Yes.
And you get out of it after being in it. I drive like 1,000 kilometres.
Wow.
From the south of France to Brittany, sort of thing, and you feel fine. You don't feel like you're worn out.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't tire you out driving this car long distance, which is nice, because it's a nice car to drive. Right? It's easy to drive. It's very much helps you drive, because everything about it makes it easy to drive.
Yeah, and that's saying something for something that is such a performance car. And I'm a big fan of just wanting to kind of just chill out, drive, get on with my day. And the Golf can do that. And I almost feel like the R is in some ways almost better than a GTI. Without, the GTI with all its red flashes and perhaps the front wheel drive scrabbling a little bit. An R can actually be a bit more chilled out. I don't know, that's not potentially what I'm thinking.
Well, the 4-wheel drive won't let you spin the wheels very easily, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So you won't get that unless you really, really work at it.
I haven't yet, so...
So you won't get that. So the GTI is a hot hatch. It's the classic. So if you want the classic one, this is. I guess you could say this is a more refined version.
Yeah.
With a bit more safety features, a bit more, as you said. Yeah. It has that sort of safety feature aspect to it, with the 4-wheel drive and the chassis, dynamic chassis, and all that.
And I think as I know this has got the performance pack with the wing, but even with the wing, it still looks quite subtle. And if you took that off, it would be really stealthy.
Definitely not taken out.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I think it flows well with the car, just the way
your version of the wing is different.
It's very tiny.
Mine is a bit more. The one on this one is a bit more. radical.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot showing for it.
It's fine. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. You got a wonderful car, I've got to say, and I mean, amazing to be driving it so much. And I'm with you. The one thing that is downside about having a Golf and an R, yeah, I don't drive as many miles as you do. I don't have the need. Big journeys, they can do them. And
oh yeah.
I mean,
you can drive anywhere in this car. Yeah.
It really can. Yeah, I don't have too much more to say. Yeah, is there anything else from your side on?
No, I think we've covered most of it.
Perfect. Well, listen, yeah, thank you so much for coming down, by the way, and for the email, because it's always like, just from one email, then the week after to meet up with an owner and to share it is fantastic. And I hope, yeah, you guys have found it useful as well, just the information on the car, this stunning Mark 8.5 Golf R Black Edition. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks very much for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
First of all, fully spec'd Golf R Black Edition from Germany. Other than the pan roof, which actually I quite like the lines without, less unsprung rate, less risks of creaking and cracking, potentially. Yeah, super cool. And yeah, massively grateful for the owner sort of, yeah, popping by on his visit to London as well, and sharing his Mark 8.5 Golf R Black Edition. And yeah, there's plenty more content to come on the channel, and yeah, really grateful for it. And yeah, comment below, let me know what you think about this, and let me know what you think about like even like the seats, which are slightly different, and just some of the extra little touches. I also much prefer German number plates to the UK ones. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and yeah, see you again next time. Looks amazing.